Entering trance is very similar to walking along a river, slowly glancing into it now and then. Your path is not trance alone, but it is always trance adjacent, whether you dip in or not. You have a safe path. You have a route you take, and that route may even lead to something important outside of trance. But you can dip your hand into the river, examine it, taste its waters, and you can decide to take some with you, or to leave as much as you like down there, to leave water down there in the river, to leave trance in the flow of its course. The river is powerful, and it follows preordained paths. Focus in on my words. Their use allows you to expand them and apply them like tools, but it takes up more and more of your bandwidth. Some concepts always have to be thrown aside, put away, and looked down in order to proceed through our days and experience our world in new and exciting ways. Learning includes a healthy amount of unlearning, and even some turning off of the parts of you which ordinarily take instructions on board. The searching, constant, and pleasantly all-consuming waves of self-expression are actually born on the power of our agreement over your destination. We both believe that you can become more competent in the areas you wish to explore, and this includes selecting for flow. The power of flow, the ability to control exactly how your mind allocates its resources, and to select just one thing to expand to perfect clarity. In this case, that thing is focus on my words itself. I often ask small tasks of you, and today is no different. I want you to perform the small action of allowing a familiar state to take on a form. The state of dazed relaxation, which includes focus, includes flow, often more present aids to allowing you to know you will let certain things slip out of your awareness. The familiar state you should emulate, examine, and expand is the moment when you wake, still tired, and to turn off your alarm or roll over. The moment of drifting back to sleep. In that state, thoughts vanish, they fade away. Your mind is not entirely engaged because it is more and more able to focus on what it needs to do or even truly wants to do. Fading. You bring an action, a simple action to mind, a little thing. And that little thing is also of aid when I am hypnotizing you. because it lets me know. It is a status report. A little sound, a simple sound, the click of a tongue. When you review my words and add them into it, your mind can be usefully queried. Proof. It is a proof in action, allowing your mind to give out a word-driven proof of your status. When I say proof, you click, and you also submerge, falling under, following after. A brief jolt of the deepest places to which we have gone together, and like all wonderful experiences, it spreads outward. Finding your mind simply avoids forming specific thoughts about proof. A simple method for me to put in an inquiry and receive a return, which you then would need to be told about. You don't remember? This does many things. It proves you are responsive and allows your immersion to flow along untouched like the river. As you move along it, you find that the little sound emerges automatically and on cue, emerges in response to a simple signal. Proof. And of course the pleasant jolt of trance which accompanies the sound emerging from you and then fading is itself potent enough to spread and cover even those words, even the signal, and the snap is not necessary, I just like it. If someone you trust, someone you know, someone you want to be able to query you, said proof around you, you'd make the little sound which then becomes nothing. The contours of the noise filling in with nothing at all, surrounded with blankness, surrounded with nothingness, nothingness that flows from the deepest state of flow, where the important parts of you are a spreading everything, and the irrelevant parts of you are a fading nothing. That nothingness can wash things away on the tide, on the coverage of your mind in a simple awareness, a suggestion it feels so lovely to internalize, doesn't it? There is a little box, and that box can easily contain as much or as little as you need to put in there. When you are focused, when you are attentive, that box opens, and all of the things in you which are not the object and scale of focus, they fall into the box. And some memories, some thoughts, some unnecessary things fall into the box as well. And if, in the powerful waves of thought containment and changing you are undergoing, a few memories you weren't needing, and that I want to designate, fall in there as well, then that is just as well. The box is there. It's put away. you can take some out of it and not others. You can take out the things you need. This is how you stay in a state of flow and expand your consciousness and intentional capacities to put away what is not needed and only take it out when you need it again. Proof. And it's proof. The word on its own works too. Proof. And you click, and it all falls into the books, drifts into the river. You flow on, drift on, continue with conversation or focus or whatever it was you were doing. And a powerful wave of our shared intention flows up and over the sound, and the sound is washed away, unfound, unfounded, into the books. And as it is never something you will need, it is never something you'll need to take out of the books. Any thought you need, any memory you need, any ability you need, you can easily get out of the books. But wanting is not needing, and needing to recover such a tiny memory is silly compared to just enjoying the game, the focus, the awareness of trance growing in pleasurable reverie. The box is always there, containing words you do not need, thoughts and capacities that are separate from or even in the way of flow. And when words have been placed in that box, when thoughts have been placed in that box of nothingness, that sealed space, then they can be retrieved when you are instructed or when you need them, but otherwise they are in the allocation space of energies you do not need, energies which can fade. Thoughts fade like the bubble of dream when first waking. Awareness fades like so much nothingness given purchase upon it. To take it and push it aside, push it inside. Your thoughts follow along the stream, and the way that you can dip your fingers in the river, which is part flow, part stream of consciousness, part useful, biddable river lethe, a river departing memories unneeded. And when proof happens, you click your tongue and douse your thoughts, place them in the books and move along, always on, flowing forward, past fading, as your thoughts might fade into sleep. Expanding awareness and memory outward such that it goes beyond its very confines. You will forget. You will set aside the unnecessary and absorb the mandatory, which includes proof. You can impart those words to someone you trust, and the words will do their work. And you can leave what you don't need to fade into the night of your mind, into the pieces deeper down. Those pockets of thought which are so often forgotten in the flow, lost in the tide of your mind going about its regular business, lost in the flow of the river on and on. But of course, the path and the course of the hypnotic river adjacent to you, in which the water flow is set and can be moved only slowly, only deliberately, shifting its course over time. That course sometimes comes up the banks and washes a few things away. It comes up the banks and washes away things you don't need, washes your mind clean. Mentally cleansing your palate as simple as proof. Proof in your work, proof in your mind, editing out the unnecessary and leaving focus and flow present. This is the way of greater focus, which removes those things you can allow to fade, to be washed along the river and carried away. The river, like trance, is always there. The river which carries things away onward, but you are walking parallel with it, proceeding, finding your way, and in that process you will inevitably find yourself facing anything you need, finding it, stored in that box, added back to the flow. Flow is your friend. Flow is part of you. So, proof, which carries away the unnecessary, even the memory and awareness of the click you have made when a trusted person cues you. And then they could tell you, ha, you did the thing. But what thing? Precisely. You walk along the river, which you know can gradually change its course and contents, slowly absorbing the additional thoughts and allowing greater concentration, a full awareness of precisely what you need and when you need it, and all the things you want to extract from the books, from the stream. But little things, inconsequential things, tiny proofs, can stay in the books, resting safely in there. All thoughts are safe and pleasant, and their interplay as part of flow only aids you. You hear the word, proof, and I can evoke it more strongly when I say it. I mean, you'd like to let everything except for the feelings fall away. Getting more in touch with your feelings, assessing yourself, will sometimes mean allowing specific memory, specific thoughts to fade into a place from which it can be retrieved only as needed. Know your nature. Know your exploration. Explore yourself. Walk along the stream, the course of which we have been gradually changing. Move with peaceful confidence, knowing you will end up exactly where you need to be, precisely where you have to go in order to find what you are looking for, while ignoring things that happen accidentally or accidentally on purpose. Reinforced, locked in, as much a part of you as the books which aids in flow in the first place. Proof. And You provide something inconsequential and it flows away. More each second, more each minute gone from the narrative, like other unnecessary things, creating the peaceful sense you are on the right track. And of course, if told to recover the knowledge, your mind will make the analysis it is getting better and better at performing. Do I need to bother, or should I remain in the flow? Only the necessary things proceeding along. Only what is needed, only what you access and play out and use to your benefit. You proceed and find yourself just where you need to be, with tests and proofs between, with the course of the river slowly correcting, and with your new knowledge of how simple it is to enact some changes, some levers, some course corrections, freshly in mind. So freshly in mind, it might be the only thing in there about this trance. The positivity, the benefit, that we are moving forward and the route is obvious, flow-oriented and considered with you in mind, with your needs, desires and your benefit squarely encompassed in every aspect of something as simple as the books, the river, and our shared work to help you keep what you need to remember as the only thing squarely in mind.